Okay, Cindy, welcome back for workout two. This one now, I explained how that previous one, workout one, is a push. Now this is a pull workout, which means we are doing all muscles and all movements that have a pulling motion. Like I said, some muscles push, some muscles pull. That's the way the body works. All right, the first one is single arm row. Now, a row is a back exercise. It's a very strong back exercise, even if you feel like you're weaker, even if this is newer for you. I promise you, your back is going to be stronger than your chest, going to be stronger than your arms, going to be pretty strong. That being said, I'm prefacing this because I want to urge you to use your 18-pound kettlebell, and I think you can do it because the 5-pound weight is not enough weight for this. Even my 75-year-old seniors, I don't let them do this with fives because you're getting nothing out of it. That sounds a little harsh, but it's true. So you can double up your 5-pounders like this and hold them in one hand. That's totally fine to make it 10 pounds, but I think you can do the 18. So try the 18-pound kettlebell. That being said, I'll show you how to do a single arm row. Okay, so the side with the weight, you step that leg back and you really just kind of rest on your front leg, get comfortable. Don't overthink it. For some people, the legs are closer. For some, they're like really far apart. The only thing to keep in mind though is your back should be flat. I don't mean parallel to the floor. Like this is fine. See how I'm at an angle, but it's flat though, right? Like there's not a roundedness to it. So you might need to practice that in the mirror a few times to get the hang of it. Now this arm's getting tired, so I'm going to switch sides. So yeah, the arm with the weight, that's the leg that's back, and you pull up and slightly back. Maybe with my dark top, it's hard to see. I don't really. You're pulling up and back. Think of like pulling on a lawnmower cord, but not as aggressively. Okay, so up and back. You're kind of aiming the kettlebell or the dumbbells, whichever you're using, towards kind of between your hip bone and your lower rib cage, somewhere in here. So you're not bringing it back to like the butt, but you're not bringing it up into your armpit. So up and back, up and back. Okay, that one's a little tricky. I mean, again, exhale on the way up to help you with that 18 pounds. If you exhale with the contraction, it does help your strength just a little bit. Okay, so that'll be 15 each side. I didn't say this already, but same as workout one, you're going to go through this for 3 rounds, 15 reps of everything. That's the same. So 15 on each arm. Next is a kettlebell, once again, kettlebell deadlift. You might have seen some of my videos on social media or seen other people's videos of deadlifts with a big barbell and like 2 or 3 big weights on each side, like they're yelling and slamming things down. So that is a deadlift, but it doesn't have to be a deadlift to that level. A deadlift with a moderate weight is a wonderful exercise. It's my favorite exercise, but it's also like one of the top 3. Like any fitness professional, deadlifts get everything in your body. That being said, you'll use your 18-pound kettlebell for this. Deadlifts focus on the low back, the glutes, and the hamstrings. So you'll hold your kettlebell with both hands. Feet are hip width apart. I want you to remember that a deadlift is a hinge, not a knee bend. Okay, so a knee bend is a squat. So this is a squat. See how my knees are bending? A deadlift is a hinge. Okay, we're hinging at the hip. So weight in the kettlebell in both hands, feet are hip width apart. I'm going to put a soft bend in my knee, and that's not to be a knee bend. That's just to protect your knees. Again, we never lock out the knees. So soft bend. I'm going to fold at my hips while my butt and my hips go back behind me. So see how my hips are starting here, but now they're moving that way. Okay. As you do that, you're folding forward, kettlebell falls straight towards the floor. See how I'm almost tipping backwards? That's because I have my body weight in my heels, which is what you want for a deadlift. So if you feel like your toes are lifting off the floor, that's great. You don't have to touch the kettlebell to the floor. You actually don't want to go lower than parallel to the floor. So here my back's about parallel, then that's low enough. Come all the way up. Last important reminder is the back. This is the most important thing with a deadlift, flat back. So we're not doing this. Ugh. I mean, it feels like it's a good stretch, but I mean, this is, whew, don't do that. So take some practice. So I'll do a couple more of the incorrect way, and then I'll do one more. See you after I start to correct this, if you can tell the difference. Now I'll do it correctly. Folding at my hip, back is staying flat, right? So that takes some practice too. If you want to record yourself doing a couple and send me that, I can kind of take a look at it for you. The way to help that, if you can't figure out how to avoid this rounded back, watch my shoulders. I'm going to take my shoulders up, back, and down, and that just fixed it. So if you can't avoid that rounded back, it's because your shoulders are hunching. So we got to bring them down and back. Okay, so now I'm standing, so it's different, but this is what your shoulders are doing if you have this rounded back. And to fix that, bring them down and back. And that'll fix that flat back. I know mechanically they're very tricky, but once you get them, it's like they feel really good. They feel really smooth. It's a terrific exercise. So practice those. 15 of those. Next is a hip bridge. So you're on the floor for this. Laying on your back with both knees bent. Maybe you have done these before. I don't know. Pretty standard exercise, or not standard, common. Arms are down, heads down. Plant your feet evenly into the floor. So you're not pressing with your heels. You're not pressing with your toes, but you're pressing evenly. Lift your hips as high as you can. And your body might want to stop you like here. Force your hips up a little higher. Get that last little squeeze. And we do reps. Pause for just a second at the top. So up, pause, up, pause. And you should primarily feel your hamstrings, but you will get some glute as well. I can stay down. Superman is the next one. Ugh. All right, you're laying on your stomach for this one. Your arms are back behind you, palms on the floor. I'm going to keep my neck neutral. By that, I mean keep your nose kind of pointing at the floor, not looking up like I have to do at the moment, but keep your neck neutral, face looking down. And we're going to lift the legs and the chest as high off the floor as possible, but without bending my knees. See, I'm not bending my knees. And then you release down. So I'll show you a few in a row. Lift and down. Lift and down. Lift and down. You're trying to feel a good, this works your entire posterior chain. So everything in the back, all the way from the back of the shoulders, even down to your hamstrings. So the most important thing though is just like trying to think of it like getting as little of your body on the floor as possible. So lifting as much of your body as possible. 15 of those. Band, another band thing. So again, I hope you got a band. If not, we'll do something else. Band bicep curl. Step on the band just like workout one, only now we're going to do bicep curls. Palms forward, full extension at the bottom, full curl on the way up. Pretty standard curls, right? What I mean by full extension at the bottom though is don't stop them here like this. Bring them all the way down. Yeah, so that's your band bicep curl. A band or a dumbbell donkey kick, so I'll show you both. Whichever one is more comfortable, or if you don't have a band, it'll do the dumbbell. Okay, so for the band one, I'm going to put a handle on each hand. Your hands are the anchors, anchoring the band to the floor. Kind of cumbersome, but it's not too bad. I'm going to put the band in the arch of my shoe. Oops, and then it's going to fall out. Like I said, a little cumbersome. Okay, there we go. Put the band in the arch of the shoe. You want the inside side to be coming between your legs, by the way. So this handle should be between your legs. The other one's not. And we press up and back. Up and back. Try to find a good angle of up and back. So I'm not going straight back, but I'm not just going straight up, kind of like an angle up and back. Really good glute exercise. Okay. Now it looks a little different with the dumbbell. Same idea, looks a little different. With the dumbbell, you're going to hold it in your, I call it the knee pit, kind of like your armpit, but the pit of your knee. So you're going to hold your 5-pound weight there. Now, in order to hold it so it doesn't wobble and fall, you got to squeeze your leg up. So you're squeezing that. So that's how it looks different. The banded donkey kick was pressing up and out, trying to straighten the leg. This one, we can't do that. So keep the squeeze. Bring the heel as high to the ceiling as you can. But don't let up on that squeeze. See, now the weight's kind of wobbly. Keep that squeeze. Control, not going fast. So that's 15 on each side. Last one, a little bit of core work. Big scissor kicks. Big scissor kicks. Okay, you want to tuck your arms, kind of kind of tuck your hands in right at like cupping your butt, like cupping your hips. Seems kind of weird, but so it's like you're kind of laying on your forearms. For a more advanced option, you can lift your head and shoulders up. It looks like this is the big scissors. If that's too straining on your neck or your core strength just isn't quite there yet, leave the head down. And that's your big scissors. And you only go as low as you can. I can go pretty low because I have the core and the back strength. So right now for you, if you're not there yet, you can keep them more like this, because the lower you get your leg, the harder it is. So I should say the more strain on your core. So take that one to whatever level you need currently. And that'll be 15 on each side as well. So kind of doing like 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Whew. Okay, that was our pull workout 2. Hope you enjoy that. And then I will be back in a moment for workout 3.